When you do this kind of work on a regular basis, spiritual clearings, spiritual interactions, intuitive sessions, it can be hard to travel. And today I want to talk about how to take care of yourself when you're traveling. Okay, so people who do crossing over work, intuitive sessions, healing sessions, but really the strongest one here is people that do crossing over work. When we travel, it can be really difficult to navigate the energies of the hotel you stay at, someone else's home. I tell people all the time, if you're going to do crossing over work, you need to be doing GCP, not only for yourself on a regular basis, but on your home. Because when you open up that door to say, hey, I'm ready and willing to help spirits that need to cross over, you're in essence kind of turning that light on. Do you know what I mean? To say, I'm willing to do this work. How can I help? And that very compassionate light is going out into the world, and it's saying, okay, well, this is somebody that's willing to help. And if someone's stuck and they're looking for someone that can help them, they're going to find you. Also, when you're vibrating at a higher vibration like that, when you're saying, okay, I'm willing to interact and be, connected to, the in-between and people that are stuck in the in-between, things like this, that higher vibration can also attract spirits that maybe don't want to cross over, but know that they can, affect you very strongly. And this happens. This is why it's really important to GCP your home where you live. At first, do it daily, do it for yourself, and do it for your home. Then over time, you can do it once a week. Then I would say just, touch it up once every full moon. But it's great because when you do that, you build your safe spot. I like to call it my cave. I build my cave, and when I come into my home, it's far less likely that a spirit is going to just randomly pop in who needs help. Now, with that said, it's not that I don't want to help. It's that I'm approaching this with a very balanced perspective, as everyone should. You should not be on 24/7. If this is a very important situation that a spirit absolutely needs to be crossed over, it will be presented to you. Even if you GCP your home over and over again, and the guides think, okay, this is the only person that can help my person who's stuck, you're still going to be presented with that. That spirit's still going to be able to come in because, in essence, GCP is for the highest good of all, right? Highest good of you, also highest good of the spirit. And if you are indeed the only person that can help this spirit, there's no amount of GCP around your house that's going to stop the spirit from being able to come in and ask for your help. Now, with that said, that's super rare, super rare. Absolutely. I've had that happen maybe a handful of times. The rest of the time, it is this balanced state that you're looking for, because doing crossing over work can become consuming. It can, at times, drain you, not always, but at times. And if you're on 24/7, you're going to lower your vibration. You're going to kind of slow down. You're not going to be on top of your game, on top of being able to handle this in the best way possible. So if you're on 24/7 and you're being hit by spirits that, might need assistance round the clock, you're going to become exhausted and tired. And you need to have those times where you shut the door. Here's something else you need to know. There's a ton of us out here doing this. There's people all over the globe, all walks of life, all religions, all nationalities, all doing a version of this work. So you're not alone. Just because you clock out doesn't mean someone's not going to get help. If you clock out for 2 hours and I'm on the clock for 2 hours, I can help. Okay. The guides understand who's available, who's the best fit for their person, and they're trying to help their person get to you so you can lift that person up enough to be able to continue their transition to the other side. So please don't be on 24/7. Please set the intention of doing GCP and saying, okay, you know what? When I'm home, I'm home. I'm taking care of my kids, or I'm, watching Netflix, or whatever you want to do. You need your downtime. You need your self-care. Otherwise, you'll run yourself out, and then you won't be able to do this work with the ease that you should be able to do this work. It'll become more difficult. Now, this jumps me right back into what happens when you travel. So we've got GCP around the home. If you haven't done that, start doing that right away. We have GCP around the home. That's great. But you pack your bags, you leave, you end up in either a different person's home or a hotel or something like this. Maybe you rented a house, like an Airbnb or something. Now you're kind of at square one, like you're at the beginning of the line again, because you don't have that established intent that's been continuously wrapping around your home. So what do you do? Before you go, if you can, if you don't remember, I'll give you the next tip, but before you go, ask your guides to assist you in bringing the GCP that you've created around your home with you on your travels. We have to move forward with creativity, knowing that all things are possible. There are so many opportunities. And when we're talking on how to protect yourself, and when we're talking about the in-between and the spiritual realms, there really are no limitations. Time and space doesn't really have a say in this. So bring your GCP with you on the road, okay? That's the number one. That's going to help you to be able to filter it. When you land in the spot, picture it going up around the room that you're in and keeping you nice and snug. Knowing that in there, your energy is going to feel very much at home, very much at home. And that's also going to shield you from having spirits come in going, oh, look at that light. That person can help. And I say it like that because I've had that experience happen to me more than once. More than once. I've stayed in hotels that were incredibly haunted. And well, I can't say that I slept in the hotel because I was up all night. You know what I mean? But I've also stayed in places that weren't at all. And eventually over time, I started to realize you got to take care of yourself. You have to. You've got to take care of yourself. So pack your suitcase, pack your GCP. Bring it on with you. All the intent that you've put in there for a while, bring that intent with you in whatever style you want to bring it. Now, what if you find yourself in a location and you didn't expect to be there, or you forgot to bring your GCP? You can think in terms of bringing along, I'm here, I've landed, but I'm going to take the energy from the GCP at home and I'm going to bring it to my spot. Again, time and space does not exist. All things are possible when it comes to these spiritual realms. So you can think about bringing the intent of that to you to keep you safe, or you can create a very powerful GCP that's temporary, that is for that room, for that time period. It's really important to do this and to take care of yourself, because when someone that's doing crossing over work is sleeping, they're a little bit more vulnerable to the energies. And if we set up our sleeping environment in a very protective way before we go to sleep, then we can have sound sleep and not be woken up in the middle of the night or, experience things like that. Now, one of my certified practitioners actually does get crossing over work brought to her at night, and she does do GCP and she does set up the whole room, but this is actually her style of crossing over. It's partially how it works for her, but she's the rare exception. The rest of us, go to sleep. Good night, right? Just get your sleep, get rejuvenated. When you wake up in the morning, you can either take that GCP down or you can keep it up. You can just leave the space and do clearing work as it comes along during the day, and then retreat back into that space. Deep breath, give yourself time to fill yourself back up as well. When you do this work, you should be consistently filling yourself up, consistently feeding your soul with the food that it needs in order to be at your best. Your cup should be completely full and water should be pouring out, because what you want to do is you want to help others. That's the best state to be in. So when you're traveling, whether it's on a airplane, or if you're taking a train or a car, you can always set up either a new GCP with the intent specifically for that moment, or you can always bring the GCP from home that you have created. really, what is this video about? Really, this video is me reminding you, if you're doing this work, to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Your energetic body needs to be cared for. It needs to be loved and supported and filled and cared for and protected in order for you to be at your best so you can help souls go home. That's really it. That's just me reminding you how important you are in the work. And so if you're important, you need to kind of take care of yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's that easy. And one of the things I hear very frequently happen to people who do this work and travel, myself included, I've experienced it many times in the beginning, not so much anymore. But one of the things that happens quite frequently is you're in a different space, you're in a different energy, you're not aligned with that energy, and spirits are really kind of attracted to you. You're new, you just showed up, they've been looking for help, and they just kind of came across you. Currently, there wasn't anyone else there that they could come across, and or guides went, hey, that person's, can be a lot of help. Let's go talk to them and see if they can't help my person cross over. So take care of yourself. When you travel, pack your suitcase, but pack your GCP because you're important doing this work. You're helping people to go home because remember, ghosts are people too.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Crossing Over community, a loving and safe community of individuals who are shining light on the beautiful process of the death transition. Members of this community are amazing people just like yourself. Join the discussion, access more in-depth trainings, and be a part of this growing movement by joining the Crossing Over community today.